You guys, I am back with another video. Yes, your girl is back. Whoop, whoop. So with this video, it's such a frustrating and hard video because it's like, as you can tell by the title, I went to Georgia. I am moving to Georgia from Florida to Georgia. I'm out of this bitch. And for some of you guys that don't know, I live in South Florida, which if y'all don't know what that is either, that's in the Miami area because everybody only knows Miami. But so with that being said, I did go ahead and decide that I was going to move up to Georgia to finish up schooling and, you know, dibble and dabble in things that I wanted to do. So this is my first part of the series of moving to Georgia and just in general moving to Atlanta. I lost some of the videos that I vlogged, but it's okay because I'm going to show you guys what I got so far. Not so far. So I am back with another video, and with this video, as y'all can see by the wrinkles under my eyes, I am tired. Like, I drove like 5 hours and we finally made it to Georgia. Actually, it's actually a 9-hour drive from Florida from Miami to Georgia, but so far we finally just got to Georgia. We just stepped into Valdosta and we're about to get some food. I'm not really hungry because I had some cereal while we were driving, but I'm more so just tired, so we're gonna switch soon. You guys, Felix is here.
You gonna switch?
He's not. He doesn't mean that. He knows we're gonna switch. And they gonna pull a soldier boy. Switch! You ain't listening. You ain't listening. If y'all have not seen that soldier boy interview, I didn't want to watch it, but it's funny. It was funny. It was a funny interview. So we got to get to the leasing offices because they close at about 5, 6. You know how leasing offices are. So we're going to probably get to the first one about 3. So I'm going to just be pretty much recording. So I am back in Atlanta for part 2 to go look at apartments. And if y'all want to see the details on my nails, yes. Y'all see that? We're back to look at more apartments. We have a new list of apartments you're gonna look at. Because of the last list, we only had what, babe? What, one? One choice out of like 10 that we really was okay with. In terms of like price and location, just one. So we're back. I'm gonna actually record some of the apartments that we look at because we actually got here yesterday and we looked at quite a few. We got here yesterday morning. We looked at quite a few. So I didn't get a chance to record any. I will record today. He's gonna be on my ass and I'm gonna record today. So it is also my birthday. So happy birthday to me. Okay.
The bedrooms are kind of large.
Yeah, they are. I like this bathroom. What do you have?
Plenty of closets. You got 3 closets here.
Yeah, here's it.
So if you have like a coat, boots, stuff that you don't need.
Yeah, that's cool.
This one is perfect.
That is. Yeah, that's a deep closet. It's really deeper there.
Mm-hmm. And this is the hallway bathroom, you know, if you can visit.
Cool.
Let me show you the kitchen.
Oh,
this is a large apartment.
Oh, okay, this is the large. Okay.
Issa is having a dining room. You got this little breakfast room that everybody uses like a computer office.
So the one that we just looked at was so fucking bad. Like, it was so old.
Trash, garbage.
It was like,
fuck, bro.
And you know, I'm polite, so I'm gonna just say I like it, but that shit was trash as fuck, y'all. Like, no. This is the next apartment, you guys.
Front door.
This is really nice, babe.
There's a 1,325 square feet. The larger 2-bedroom.
This is nice. So that's it. Yeah, I like the side. Oh, okay. You know what city this is? Sandy Springs? Sandy Springs, right?
Yeah, Sandy Springs, Atlanta.
This is Sandy Springs.
Roswell. Is everything.
Do both 2 bedrooms have the fire?
Yes, the fireplace is standard in all the apartments.
Okay.
If you guys like space, 1150 will be satisfactory.
Okay.
But that's what
Is this the smaller bedroom? Did you look at the other one?
Oh, no, I ain't look at the other one.
So this is one of the bedrooms, you guys. Is the yellow in the other ones too? So I was asking. Here's the bathroom, you guys. This is one of the apartments you're looking at. Oh, this closet is life, y'all. This is life. This is so life. I think this, I can't tell which one would be considered the second bedroom. I mean the master.
This is the one because it connects to the.
Oh, they're both masters, okay.
Oh, they same problem. You got a golf, but you don't look the golf.
I love this.
I shoot video when I get back home.
I think that would be a better. Let me see this. This is nice. This bathroom is connected, you guys. And look, yeah, I don't even have to do a little vanity. It has a little thingy here.
Nice side,
So when I start doing like, so with watching the videos and my vlogging of me getting there, you guys did see there was part 1 where it was the first day of when I got to Atlanta. That was the first time I went to Atlanta. That was probably in January. We looked at about 15 apartments. Yes, my boyfriend was beat by the end, but I'm very picky. Like, I'm the type of person that I have to make sure I look at everything so I know what's out there, so I don't leave nothing out on the table. And the second part video, that's when I recently went to Atlanta, which was on my birthday weekend, so it's February 16. Woo woo, Aquarius is in the house. So with that trip though, we didn't look at all the apartments on my list, which is amazing to me because I had less apartments on this list this time. We looked at about, I think I would say 12 apartments. So then I take it back. I think the last list we looked at about 18. So then this list we looked at about 12 or 10. I have, that's in case people don't believe me, that I looked at all these apartments in the course of 3 days, because for each trip, the first trip it was only 2 days, so I had to crunch everything in those 2 days because normal leasing offices close at about 5 to 6. So second time we went in February, I had 3 days, but technically I had 2 days. But it's just half. This is actually from, I think this is for the first and second. I have more on the table. These are all of their paperwork and everything that they give you for like different apartments. The issue with knowing that you want to live to Atlanta, if you don't have a certain city that you want to live in, your ass is going to be everywhere. Because like going to forrent.com, apartments.com, I feel like they kind of fool you until you get there and realize they fooled you. And when I say that, I mean moving to Atlanta. When you put Atlanta in forrent.com or apartments.com or any of these places, they give you all these places and it says the city is Atlanta, but some of these places were in Roswell, Marietta, Smyrna, Bankhead, East Point, College Park, and it's to the point where I remember the cities now because like we were kind of everywhere. And then when you ask the leasing people at the office, like, are you guys like what part of this, they'll tell you what part they're actually in. And then when I was asking them, is this considered Atlanta, they were all like, yeah, we are considered Atlanta, we fall in the Atlanta area, which I think is bullshit because Atlanta is in the middle, like around Perimeter Park, Midtown, and all these places, and then all these other places they send you is branched out. But I guess that's just how it is. So be mindful of that when you are looking at apartments in Atlanta. That is going to get you. This one was in Smyrna, which is closer to Atlanta, and with this one This one I remember it because it was one of the townhomes that we looked at. I guess because they're closer to whatever stadium was being built in that area, the prices on this was ridiculous. I mean, the 1 bedroom, 1 bath was only 700 square feet, and they wanted about 1,200 for it. I pay about 1,400 for what I have now. That's a 2-2. So I think it was a bit ridiculous on their part. This one was on our second trip, and this one was by far my favorite. Like, oh my god, it was called Azalea Park. I love this one. Like, y'all, the bathroom was big, the closets were huge, we had this beautiful fireplace in the front, and the living room was so open and wide. It was beautiful. Price wise, this one was actually in Sandy Springs, and their 2-bedroom 2-bath was $1,075, which is not bad, being that it was 1,200 square feet, and that's less than what I pay here, and the square footage is smaller here. And let's be real, everybody screams out that Atlanta rent is cheap. It is cheaper than South Florida. Let's get that straight. It's way cheaper, but the cheap that you're looking for is usually farther out away from Atlanta. Now that Atlanta, I'm thinking, is such a hub now, everybody wants to move here and live here, I feel like the prices are lower than South Florida, but it is not, how do I say it, it's not as, for instance, let me pull one here. Okay, this one, this is a perfect one. This one was in, this is actually, they actually have an Atlanta zip code, but this was not Atlanta. I think this was part of the Vinings. So their 2-2 was $1,155. Well, they have multiple 2-2s. So another one of the 2-2s was $1,080. So their 2-2 up there is about $1,080, $1,155. The 2-2s down here in Florida can range anywhere from $1,200 all the way up to $2,000 per month, depending on how fancy you want to go. Everything under $1,200 usually is probably in the hood, or you don't really like the area. So it's better up there, but it ain't like, it's what, $300-400 savings, barely. So just be mindful of that, 'cause everybody gets you when they say like rent is cheap there, but just be mindful how cheap they talking. Another thing that I noticed with looking for apartments in Atlanta, I don't know what states you guys are from, in South Florida, we got washers and dryers. Majority of apartments and condos have a washer and dryer. I know some houses maybe might not have one, or maybe a few duplexes might not have any, but in South Florida, a washer and dryer is common in apartments. Going to Georgia, Atlanta, washer and dryers are not common. Looking through almost all of the apartments that we looked at, there was about 2 or 3 that had a washer and dryer inside. So I'm guessing that washer and dryers are not common. What they do have is the hookups, washer dryer hookups. We learned it. A washer and dryer hookup. So you have to buy a washer and dryer, or rent it from a website called Appliance Warehouse, something like that, for like $35 a month. Gas bill. You guys, I did not know about gas bills until I went to look at apartments. Everybody kept saying you have a gas bill. I'm like, a gas bill? What? Like, in South Florida, all the apartments I've had, and even my mother's home, was electric. Everything was electric, so you usually just pay your light bill. And then when you're hearing that you have to pay a gas bill, I was just like, oh, that's another expense to take. Let's remember, that's another expense that you have to think about, is a gas bill. On top of your water, your sewer, your trash, and your electric bill. The traffic in Atlanta, unlike Florida, where we have like I-95, which has like what, 5-6 lanes, and everything is kind of, we're jam-packed, but we have more lanes. With Atlanta, their highways are so odd. Like, their highways aren't highways. Their highways are like their major roads. Like, every highway, like, basically to get to any other city or anywhere in Atlanta, you have to go through here. Unlike where you live in South Florida, where if you're trying to go from this place to that place, you don't have to take the highway. You could just take a major road. Well, let me start talking about all the bads with Atlanta. Some of the goods that came out of looking at these apartments was the one of the goods was the non-refundable SURE security deposit, which, unlike South Florida where we have to pay, where you need like $3,000 or $4,000 to move into an apartment, where you have to pay your first, your last, and your security deposit. Majority of the places in Atlanta has a SURE deposit, which is basically where it can range from anywhere from $50, I believe, to $500. You pay that deposit, and it's non-refundable, so you don't get it back, and you move in. So there's no first or last to move in. A cool thing about Atlanta, when you look at apartments that I didn't really realize when I was here, is the leasing terms. Like, up there, a lot of the apartments have lease terms, so it can go from anywhere from, I believe, 9 months to 15 months. So you can pick your leasing term, and sometimes like, if you, a 9-month lease could be cheaper than a 15-month lease, or a 12-month lease could be cheaper than a 9-month lease. Or a cool thing, like I was saying before, is how big the bedrooms are in Atlanta. Like, they're huge. Like, the square footage in these apartments are huge. Like, I would never take for granted, because being even in my YouTube room, this is supposed to be a second bedroom, and it feel more like a half a bedroom. Like, now to kind of end off this video, because I do feel like it's a bit of a longy video. A longy? What the fuck is a longy? A long video. The apartment that we end up choosing, believe it or not, was actually one of the apartments from our first trip we went in January. So we went to go look in February, hoping we'll find something better than the list that we had, but we ended up picking something in our first pick. So we chose an apartment in Smyrna. Chose was a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath. Pretty sure it's 1.5 bath, not 2 bath. 1.5 bath. It was $850. It's about 1,150 square feet. So I don't have the paper, I'm going off my head. 1,150 square feet. And with the washer dryer, the dryer fee, the sewer, we had to add on an additional, I believe, $71. So we're doing that, it brings it to about $950. So we're paying about $950 for our 2-bedroom. It's really big. I'm really ready for this journey, and it's just like, it's been a long time coming. Like, this was one of the most scariest things I've done in a while. Well, that's my second most scariest thing I've done, moving to a whole nother state. But it's just like, why not? I'm young, I can get a job, fuck it, to hell with it. Move. Like, when you know you want to do something, you gotta move. Go get that shit, because at the end of the day, nothing is fucking handed to you. I know I'm cursing, but nothing is fucking handed to you. You gotta go out there and get that shit off the muscle. And that is it for my video, because this shit got long and I'm so sorry. Please like, subscribe, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day.